Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to this week's Lemon Tea Podcast, which we're not really a podcast channel anymore because guess what? It's Christmas and we're here for another creepypasta. Cause creepypasta. Yeah, guys, this is absolutely not a podcast channel anymore.
We should change our names.
Yeah, we gotta change our name to Lemon Tea Creepypasta. But actually, we
Creepy
got
Lemon.
Satish. Yeah, dude, but we got Satish last week, so
Yep.
I guess we're still a podcast channel, but guess what? We got another creepypasta today. And because it's Christmas, happy Christmas to everyone. Hope everyone is enjoying their holiday, of course. And we got a Christmas creepypasta. I hope it is good. I hope the owner of this video did not claim our video. That would be very bad. Yeah, I guess let's jump right into it.
I've asked the nurses not to play any holiday music in the ICU. They tell me that it's a decision from management and that it's out of their control. But an orderly finally took pity on me and brought me some earplugs. Better
What
than
the
nothing,
fuck?
I suppose. At least they make the trembling stop. I'm still too weak to move from the bed. I'll have to tell my story through talk to text. But first, I have to decide where it begins. Did all this start with the anonymous gift, perfectly wrapped in gold paper and red ribbon, the note and candle that it contained? Or was it even earlier, when the holiday shopping season began in the mall gift shop that I used to manage? We sell knickknacks, speciality cards and seasonal decorations, jewellery, stuffed animals and scented candles. I'm sure you know the place I mean. Unsurprisingly,
Not in
the
Hong
holiday
Kong.
season is the busiest time of year for us.
Is it like a shopping?
I needed all hands on deck.
center?
Yeah, it's just like a shop that
Last
sells like
weekend of
Christmas
October.
stuff, right?
Right.
It could have meant
Like
no more jobs
ornaments
if we
and
couldn't
stuff.
get the store numbers into the black. And if I had to be there, then so did my employees. We were a team,
Huh.
and being part of a team sometimes means you have to give up your Saturday off to come in and hang decorations. We all have to make sacrifices. Still, there was a lot of grumbling among the employees, setting up fake snow in the store window and preparing the collectible ornament display.
Fix
I reminded them that I was paying a whole $1 more than minimum wage,
You're working in
$8.25
a
an hour.
store.
and that we had an at-will
Of
employment.
course, you're gonna
If they
come
weren't happy
in
in
on
my
a
franchise,
Saturday,
They
no?
were free to go somewhere else.
Like,
I hear most of the others pay less,
that's normal, no?
but at least I got things back on track.
Yes,
At least
capitalism is
until
so
transportation costs screwed me. If you don't believe me, just take a look at shipping costs a year ago compared to now. The only way I was going to
We're
make
here
it
for
was if I
creepypasta,
cut
not
hours
economy.
and
What the
added
fuck
some
is
nice
this?
incentives, like free gift wrapping.
What is
I get
this?
that being alone in the store is no cakewalk. Look at the long hours that I work. And sure, wrapping packages perfectly isn't easy. But that's what work is. You show up and do what you're told. Why couldn't my employees see that?
Okay, so I
That's
think
why you go socialist.
this sounds very like a boomer mentality. It's like, oh, why can't young people just don't want to work nowadays? I pay them $1 more than minimum wage. Why won't they come in on a Saturday? It's kind of like
Near Christmas?
right. It is a
When you
high
to put up
ask.
ornaments?
And it sounds like he is the shop owner for this, right? And he's complaining.
Employee, no?
No, he has employees, and he's saying that as the store owner that he's trying to get these people to work the Saturday and whatnot.
So what's your take? Like, what's the
What?
point of pausing a video? Like, that's stupid?
Oh yeah. I'm just pointing out that it's kind of like that mentality, the boomer mentality of, oh, kids don't want to work nowadays or whatever.
Ah,
that.
okay, yeah, fair.
So he's probably like an older, because he said at the beginning that he's in some.
He's in the ICU, is
Uh-huh.
playing Christmas song, he can't move. He's asking the nurse to stop the bloody song, but the nurse is like, oh, sorry, it's the management's idea to play the song 24/7 and we can't stop it.
Right.
So the nurse gave him an earplug. That's it. Okay,
Alright, let's continue.
let's continue.
Maliciously, I think, and against my clear instructions.
Whoa, look at the background.
Since
Those two
we were
guys are
short-staffed,
glitching
No
like
one could be out
fucking
for any
crazy.
reason. I mean, I don't
Like
have
up here.
health insurance. And there's no way they were actually going to see a doctor. As if the unexpected illness weren't enough, people actually started to quit. Good
Oh,
riddance.
wow.
Suspected
There
illness?
were always more where those came from. and it was a good chance to cut away dead weight. I mean, if they weren't even loyal enough to come in when I called, if they couldn't be cheerful for the customers while wrapping gifts,
Boomer!
if they couldn't deal with a little cold or some overtime, then
Ah,
they deserved to be
you're
jobless,
right,
as far
Gabe.
as I was
Holy
concerned.
shit. They deserve to be
The silliest
jobless.
thing at the time was the reason some of them gave for quitting. It wasn't what I
way.
expected. It wasn't even something I thought about. My employees just didn't want the store to play holiday music anymore. Impossible, I told them. Those songs were what got the customers in the mindset to buy. And besides, I gave them 3 different CDs to rotate each day. I wasn't being unreasonable.
Wait,
At
is
least
this
one of them gave
whole
me a parting gift, even if it
is
wasn't
this whole
anonymous.
creepypasta about the
He's just
song?
fucking ranting. He's just fucking
Wait,
ranting.
I feel like it's a sickness about not wanting Christmas songs, and then he has it now, so that's why he doesn't want the songs too.
I'm so confused.
Oh.
This creepypasta is confusing the fuck out.
Oh, I see.
already.
I see where you're going. You know, so you're saying that because he mentioned about some kind of weird illness with his employees.
He's in weird illness. He's in the ICU. He told the nurse he doesn't want the songs. His employees also told him he doesn't want. It's an illness.
Right, and then so they keep telling him, "Stop the song. We're these songs are somehow like causing us to die or something, or it's like some discomfort, and they can't like explain it, and it's infectious
No idea.
somehow."
No
It's
fucking
probably
clue.
infectious. Yeah.
And it's it's capitalism, guys.
All right, let's continue. Let's find out more.
First, it seemed much nicer than the inappropriate words I found carved in the staff bathroom. The gift was a small box wrapped in golden paper and tied with a red ribbon. The wrapping was immaculate. I'd written up enough people for shoddy wrapping to know the difference, and the gift inside was a candle from our very own store. I didn't recognize the smell or the label, but it came with a tiny card. "All I want for Christmas," it read,
Miss you.
"is you."
Oh shit, really?
That was nice, I thought. A little weird, but nice. It was about time someone showed a little gratitude to the guy who signed their paycheck. The ex-wife had the kids for the
Did it die?
weekend,
This
so
guy.
the candle,
He
set
didn't
the
die in
microwave
this
in front of me, heated
creepypasta.
up some dinner in the microwave, and settled into my recliner for a James Bond marathon.
What?
Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas. I recognized store CD music before I began to wonder about where I was or how I got there. The last thing I remember was the intro to Dr. No. I must have dozed off. It was hard to breathe. I was paralyzed. I couldn't move my arms or legs. I'd been
Okay.
wrapped, mummified in gift paper.
What?
I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. My ears were splitting. I hated loud music. I winced at every high note.
Okay.
I had to make that awful sound stop. But how? I couldn't see. Even squirming like a worm was a huge effort. It made me sweat, then panic that I wasn't getting enough air. Long before I became a successful franchise manager, I'd been a Boy Scout. We went
Okay, weird
caving once,
flex.
and one of the chunky boys got stuck in a tight squeeze. We'd all laughed at his predicament. Helpless, wriggling, buttons flying off, even wetting himself in his panic. He should have just skipped a couple Twinkies, I remember thinking. But that was then. It was a lot less funny when it was me who was unable to
Yeah,
move.
Twinkie is
with
really
empty
not
lungs and a full
healthy, by the
bladder.
way.
The
It
paper
doesn't
was wrapped
taste
so
that
tightly
great
that I
either.
could taste it on my tongue. If I forced my neck up and down, I could weaken the stuff a little, but the effort for even such a tiny movement was exhausting. More lyrics played. I don't know how long I kept at it. Soon the CD track started skipping, making me cringe even more. I passed out
Cringe.
several times from the effort and the lack of air, just to wake up shivering in my own urine, sweat and drool. It was freezing. It must have been hours before I could crinkle the paper enough to breathe properly. Then days before I was able to free my arms and legs by twisting them against the wrapping until they bled. When I pulled
What?
the gift out from my
Wait,
head,
is he hallucinating?
it was
What
still
was
totally
happening?
dark.
Wait, I don't.
Except
Wait,
for
can
the
you just
blinking
pause?
Yeah.
Alright, sorry guys. It's just like 3 of us like looking at the monitor confused for like how many minutes is this? 6 minutes. I'm so confused. So he got this. I think Citus is on something, right? It's the song, right? It kind of like makes him hallucinate and he can't move. So I
Wait,
guess
so
that's kind of the
just
premise,
to,
no?
Okay, to summarize what happened is he got this mystery gift from someone, which is a candle, and then he went home. Is this Christmas already?
I don't care. I
Sure,
can't tell.
let's say it's
Oh,
like
sure.
near Christmas.
Okay, yeah, and then he was like heating up dinner and watching James Bond, and then he dozed off. And when he woke up, he was wrapped into a present.
Alright.
Ooh.
So
And
it's
then-
like those sleep paralysis situation.
Who I don't know if it's real or not, but I don't know. Maybe he's trapped in Itachi's.
Infinite
illusions or
Tsukuyomi.
something. I have
If
no idea.
Tsukuyomi.
You just have to see.
Huh. Wait, I have a theory of what's happening so far. So so we know he's like kind of a douchebag and an asshole, right? And so maybe there is an illness, like a mysterious illness, but what's more likely, maybe the person who gave him the candle is malicious, and that because he said, "Oh, this is from my store, but I don't recognize the scent or the smell." Maybe that scent is somehow like poisonous, or like it's like sleeping gas when he like used the candle, and when after he cooked or whatever, the candle kept producing these fumes, and like it knocked him out, and the person who gave him the gift came in when he was sleeping and wrapped him up as like kidnapping or revenge or something.
I don't know how
Sounds right.
Yeah, I don't I don't know about that, but I don't know how strong are the wrapping, but he's like fucking like he's like twisting his arm so
Right.
hard that it's bleeding, right?
Right,
Like,
right.
what kind of wrap are you using? That's that bloody strong.
Only found it at his store. Apparently, they're premium grade. You can kill you. If,
he should know. He should know. He's the owner, no?
yeah.
Let's just continue.
Alright.
This creepypasta is
CD
pissing me
player.
off.
Taunting me. As soon as I could move, I smashed it.
Whoa!
Overhead, blinding lights came on. And then the music started. I don't want a lot for Christmas. This is all I'm asking for.
Asking for a
They came
night.
from everywhere. There were probably speakers hidden in the walls. I thought my ears would bleed.
Damn, that's
I wish
fucked.
they would bleed,
Ooh.
because that might muffle the sound, at least a little bit. I held
My
onto
girlfriend
my
loved that
ears and took
song.
in my surroundings. It was a kind of holiday hellscape. The fake snow on the
It
floor
is for
came
me
up to my
too,
knees
every
in
Christmas.
places, and there were enough plastic trees to fill a shipping container. Cardboard boxes were stacked up to the bare concrete ceiling. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. In front of the forest of plastic was a small package, wrapped in gold paper, tied with a red ribbon.
Oh, so he
Inside the
went into
candle.
like a zone, like a
My
place,
fingers
no?
shook as I tore
Mm.
into it. Deck the halls, read the anonymous Christmas card inside. Beneath it was a piece of cake, the kind I got for the employees' birthday parties, because it was always on sale. It had gone stale days ago, but I hadn't eaten in at least that long. My stomach rumbled, and the tiny dessert did nothing to sate my hunger. There's no point in going into the details of all my attempts to escape from that nightmare of a room. It's enough to say that they all failed. The music and AC blasted out from all sides.
It's like Saw.
It was so cold.
Christmas
But
edition.
I couldn't even hear myself
Yeah.
over the festive songs.
But it's Mariah
I
Carey.
had to improvise clothes from the soiled wrapping paper and insulate it with fake snow. I found Santa suits in one of the boxes. Even when I put them on over my ridiculous wrapping paper suit, I still shivered. It took me a long time to realize that there was only one way to get more cake. Deck the halls. It's not easy to decorate Christmas trees with shaking fingers. It's even harder when every time an ornament falls or isn't placed properly, a buzzer sounds. Then the music volume goes up and the room gets a little
Dude,
colder.
it's exactly like Saw, but like Christmas
So
version.
I figured out that someone was
So
watching
he's
me
like
work.
freezing, no?
A kind of
Yeah.
sadistic Santa watching over the trembling elf.
He's kind of like forced into
let me
wearing the
explain.
Santa suit soon, no?
Sure
Right.
enough, when
Because
it
or
finished
else
the
he would
tree,
like
the
freeze.
slot
The
opened
freeze
the
to
wall.
death, yeah.
I ran
And the
for it,
only
yelling
food
as
he's
loud
getting
as my
is that
horse
bloody
throat would
cake.
permit.
Yeah.
A chunk of stale cake flew through the slot, along with a
Dude,
cold
this is
cup
so
of coffee
fucking
that
weird.
splattered across the floor.
A
It
cold
was
cup
slammed
of
shut
coffee.
before I
So
could
you
even
gotta
force my
lick
frigid
it, no?
fingers through. I collapsed on the
Oh
cold
my
concrete.
god. What is
I
going
cried.
on?
2 days later, 2 days of
2
that hellish
days.
music, 2 days of icy work to make the tree absolutely perfect, and this was all I got. One piece of cake and some spilled coffee that I had to lick from the concrete like a dog.
Damn. You're
It
right.
was sickening, but I needed liquids. There was a whole room full of trees to go. I'm just gonna keep on waiting underneath the mistletoe. It was tinsel, ornaments, endless strings of lights, stars, angels, pine cones, candy canes and collectibles. Each time the decorations weren't spaced just so, or I wasn't working fast enough. I got it. The buzzer, the increased volume, the blast of cold air. If I really screwed up, the pathetic chunk of cake got even smaller.
That's
My
so
legs
dumb.
bled.
I was like, this
After the
creepypasta
first I
sucks.
finished about half the trees, and my health and hearing was permanently damaged. Night or day,
What?
the music never stopped. The blazing white lights overhead never went out. The cold, noise, and light made it impossible to sleep until I collapsed from sheer exhaustion. If I slept too long, I'd get the usual punishment. I'd no way of knowing, but too long seemed to be any longer than several minutes. Then it was back to work.
Hmm.
I wasn't getting any nutrients. Each day I became weaker and weaker. It must have taken more than 10 days to finish the second set of trees to my taskmaster's satisfaction. By the time I placed the final star atop the final perfect tree, I could see my breath in clouds around it. My fingers around it looked blue. I wobbled back, waiting for something, anything to happen. But the CD just played
None
on.
of us are commentating
Like,
at this
not
point
even
because
the
we're
end
just
of
so
the work
fucking
will stop
lost.
it. I lost it. I don't remember the next part too well, but when I came to, I was laying in a pile of destruction. Plastic pine needles and smashed ornaments were everywhere, and based on what was around my
What?
neck, I tried to hang myself with Christmas lights.
Oh, okay, so he went crazy.
It was like whoever had put me here had forgotten about me. The cake and coffee was disgusting, sure, but it had been keeping me alive. The buzzer didn't sound. The slot didn't open. There was only one explanation. I'd finally been left to die. What more can I do? All I want for Christmas is you. It was several days later when the police kicked in the door to rescue me.
Police?
Apparently, the disgruntled ex-employee who kidnapped me had been stopped for a routine traffic violation.
Oh, what
Okay.
the fuck?
You're so lucky.
Gabriel, you're actually
He was
right. What the
surprised.
fuck?
And when he realized the cops weren't letting him go for a long time, he confessed where I was.
What?
He hadn't wanted to kill me, he said.
Hmm.
He just wanted me to see what it was like. I guess you could call that my own little Christmas miracle. The nurses tell me that when they dragged me out of there, I was near hypothermia and barely conscious. I wouldn't have
What
lasted
am
a
I
day more.
fucking listening to?
And yet, they told me I was singing along.
Oh. Okay, that last. Oh, and they told me I was still singing. That's kind of like creepy because he's like scarred for life now.
Well, I'm scarred this morning. This fucking sucks. Compare.
Man, that's a
comparing-
lot of setup for,
Yeah.
for getting back there.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm surprised that Gabe actually got it. Like, it's actually an employee that's getting back to him.
Right. This reminds me. It's like those Sherlock books, right? If you like, see the signs, it's there, and then yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It prepared you for this creepypasta, yeah?
Right. But like you said, I think it was too much. Yeah, I didn't enjoy the
Yeah,
narration too
13
much.
minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, too much description, yeah?
Yeah. Like, I guess he was trying to like paint a picture of like, oh, what happened or what transpired. But for me,
Yeah.
it was at the point we knew he got kidnapped. It's like, okay, so what happens next? Like you don't need to tell me that you went crazy. You probably did.
Yeah. This reminds me of I was watching Joe Rogan the other day, right? And he interviewed a CIA agent. He's like, all right, so what do you guys do when you interrogate Al Qaeda members or like terrorists, right? And he's like, do you waterboard them or what do you do? And he's like, oh. Yeah, he's like, oh no, we don't do that anymore. We just what was that term? Yeah, I guess once upon a time they did that, but they use sleep deprivation, so they stop
keep them
them from
awake.
sleeping.
Yep.
Yeah. So after a few days, they would just like confess to everything because sleep is super important. I guess this kind of shows that it broke him, and yeah. Also in that podcast, he said that someone actually like passed away after a few days of not sleeping because everybody have like different body type and all that, right? So it will affect different people differently. Maybe this person without the coffee and the cake, he would have died 2 days into this whole process if his body type didn't fit. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this story. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I was expecting some like mysterious sickness, ghosts, or like like scary stuff but okay, I got Saw Christmas edition.
Yeah.
Oh man, just not too believable. Like, why would you have an ex-employee? Like he was not a good boss,
right?
But he's nowhere near a bad one.
Right. He was paying $1 more than minimum wage.
The store next door.
It makes sense. He just go to another store if you think this is not good enough for you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not worth like setting up like, I think the bill to pay for non-stop AC blowing and tuning it up higher constantly seems like a lot more like money to be.
I don't think the employees are thinking about that.
I think the real crazy one was the ex-employee.
Well, I mean,
for sure.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that actually was the conclusion. Wait, it's actually interesting that you find that unbelievable, because wouldn't a fucking ghost be more unbelievable?
No, I want it.
Theoretically, I mean,
it's not believable because no one would ever go through that trouble. Like, telling me a ghost exists.
It's not realistic, I guess.
It's not realistic.
Or because
what do you mean? Ghost is more realistic,
right? But like with stuff like ghosts or like
in this setting, I'm saying.
Yeah, like I can understand if it's like a ghost or whatever. Like, it doesn't have to make sense, right? Because that's the thing that's scary about it, right? But the scary part about this is that actually there is no scary part of this, because we know who the like culprit is, why he did it or whatever. But even before we knew that, even if we suspected, it's not that like interesting. It's like, oh, okay,
it's not a ghost,
right? It's not a ghost. But if it's like, oh, some like curse that like enters people's brains, every time they hear Christmas music they go crazy, and then it like transmits to other people. If we can transmit to other people like via the air, and the whole town just goes crazy off like Christmas music, then that's a pretty good, like, I guess, like apocalyptic premise. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is a lot better. Like, Gabe, you should like teach him how to write a bloody story.
I should start making creepypasta.
Yeah, and I thought they were gonna review that in the ICU they actually weren't playing any music or something like.
Oh,
easy!
Holy shit! Yeah, dude,
what the fuck is this?
It's too straightforward. It's way too straightforward.
Dude, yeah. So instead of what he said in the end, like, oh, they said that I was still singing the song, the nurse should have said, oh, what music? and then
Oh.
it'll be like, what the fuck? Holy shit.
Dude, I just hate how he literally explained everything, right?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
explained to like the down to the very core of how much he's paying his employee. Like we don't need to know that. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
We just got
Like-
mansplained for Christmas.
yeah, we exactly we did. We actually did, and he's just a boomer that's complaining about his overworked employee, you know, not coming in for Christmas. Like
Yeah.
fucking, I don't get it. Well, I mean, it's kind of sad that he's like alone in the store, like doing everything himself. That's kind of sad. I give him that, but other than that,
Or no, dude.
sleeping guest confirmed though.
Just yeah, sleeping gas confirmed. But if he's just alone, like if he's not short on money, just close the store for like,
Yeah,
the
he's
holiday.
a successful franchise. You
Yeah,
know,
like,
it's
what
a
the hell?
franchisee. You know.
Yeah, so that's why we can't. Okay, first of all, this guy is like deplorable. We don't like him anyway. And like even if it was an ex-employee, which is like what happened, we don't care because he deserved it, right? So like, and like you said, it's avoidable to be. A lot of things that's why it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I hate the story.
Yeah, he's like, oh, boo-hoo, look at that millionaire inside his store alone, boo-hoo. maybe pay your employee more. Anyway,
Yeah.
You can literally put this setting into any like fast food or like franchise thing and be like, I don't know, maybe they're gonna lock the McDonald's CEO and make him make burgers or something.
oh shit.
They can literally apply this to anything.
Well, that's so true.
Actually, dude, yeah, if you think about it, this creepypasta can be swapped in with, instead of Christmas franchise, it's McDonald's. And then instead of Christmas songs, it's the ba-da-ba-ba-ba, but it goes on repeat. And then fucking Ronald McDonald is the torturer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I love it.
I'm loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I
Are you
love
loving it? Oh,
Is that oh, shit? And when the police come in, and then he's like, "Ba-da-ba-ba-ba." Okay. Thanks everyone for joining us this week. I think the time is up. But guess what? This creepypasta fucking sucks. I hated it. This literally ruined my Christmas. I hope it didn't do the same for you. This is such a bad pasta, no?
Oh my
Yeah.
Like
God.
comparing to like Michael Jackson and the Russian lady one. The Russian lady one was fucking
Those are
insane.
really good. Those are really good.
I love that. This sucks. Great narration though. This guy on the screen, go subscribe to him. Don't claim our video, by the way. This dude, yeah, subscribe
Creeps
to
McPasta.
McPasta. Oh my god, he got a Mac in his fucking name. I have to
That's
be
fine.
not
That's fine.
coincidence. Okay. Happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas. Hope everyone
Christmas,
enjoyed the
man.
weekend. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Merry
Bye bye.
Happy New Year.
Bye.